Tres Maletas fans. Today's video is brought to you by Chef Brianna.
Thanks, honey. As most of you know, I have a special affinity for coffee. I love black coffee. The smell of the beans, the process of slowly making a pour over. I love everything about it. Several years ago, I started seeking out specialty coffee shops in Chicago looking for that elusive cup of amazing coffee. I realized what I was buying at the store just wasn't going to cut it, and so I bought my own coffee roast machine so I could always have fresh roasted coffee. By chance, I ran across an interview with Diego, an Ecuadorian chef, coffee roaster, and World Barista Championship competitor right here in Cuenca. In the podcast, Diego said he is only allowed to use Ecuadorian beans because of high tariffs on imports. I love sharing and talking about coffee, so I thought it would be fun to bring him some Ethiopian coffee roasted in Saudi. But not my coffee. I wasn't confident in my roast even after a year. He seemed really excited about the coffee when I gave it to him, and in my many visits to his cafe, he's taken me under his wing and taught me so much about coffee. In this video, I wanted to share some of my amazing experiences at this Ecuadorian cafe. Okay, I'm gonna get a little coffee geeky here. On my second visit to Sinfonia Cafe, Diego just happened to be roasting and he invited me to watch. I was in heaven. We talked about rate of rise, temperature, natural versus honey processed beans, and how airflow can affect the roast. I was amazed when he pointed out how a 3-second temperature fluctuation could really affect the roast. He was so patient with my questions, and after I had watched him roast several batches, he asked if I would like to come back and taste them in a few days. Well, duh, of course. Greetings, everyone. I am here at Cafe Sinfonia to do a coffee tasting this morning. This is by far my most favorite coffee shop. And, all right, a little bit of history here. So coffee wasn't introduced to Ecuador as a commercial crop until the 1860s. At that time, most coffee was grown lower near the coast, and the Robusta bean was the preferred crop for those regions. Robusta makes for a great instant coffee, but not an amazing cup of coffee. Unfortunately, instant is still a staple in many Ecuadorian homes, and the really good Arabica beans are exported. Ecuador is only about the size of Colorado, but in that small area, it has a huge variety of climates: high elevation equatorial Andes mountains, low coastal Amazonian jungle. The diversity in climate allows Ecuadorian farmers to produce a wide variety of crops. It wasn't until the last couple of decades that small farms began producing single origin crops of Arabica beans for specialty roasters. Diego developed a close relationship with a grower in northern Ecuador called Finca Cruz Loma. The day that I popped into his cafe, he was roasting batches of natural processed beans as well as a new honey process that he was roasting for the first time. He did 9 batches in one sitting. During the cupping, as it's called in the coffee world, he ground each batch to the same fineness. We then smelled the aroma of each and made notes. He then poured each cup in 15-second interval. Every grind sat on the water at the exact same time before we sipped. You normally sip straight from the cup, but because of COVID, we never let the spoon touch our mouth, and we use small espresso cups for the sipping. We did 4 different tastings of the 9 different roasts. The tastings happened at different temperatures because we were trying to find a cup of coffee that tasted great when it was hot, warm, and even as it cooled.
Is it good?
Number 2 is not good. Hey everyone, we just finished up with a coffee tasting here at Sinfonia Cafe, and it was the most awesome experience ever. So we tried 9 different coffees from all from Ecuador, and I'm happy to say that my favorite was also one of the favorites of the roaster here. So all that work I've been doing over the last year of learning how to roast beans is starting to pay off. So really fun. If you are ever in Cuenca, you definitely have to come to this cafe. It is fantastic. Thanks. All right, first try, Sinfonia Espresso, local Ecuadorian beans.
It smells creamy, but I know that's a weird word to describe smell. Nutty.
Suspense is built to
Whoa. Oh my god.
This is also very good.
I taste honey,
Oh, honey in a coffee?
nuts. It's like a cup of melted chocolate. Wow. It's different. It's good.
Guys, look what they did. They cut the croissant in half and then put chocolate in the middle. Also, this hot chocolate is very good.
2 thumbs up.
Flat 50.
2 thumbs up for Symphonia.
I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about coffee in Ecuador and my favorite cafe, Sinfonia Cafe. And if any of you Tres Maletas fans make it down here to Cuenca and you're a fan of coffee, this is the first place I'll be taking you. Cheers!